Hello, good evening. This is a trade plan for 8th of August, Thursday, tomorrow. Um, if you watch this plan correctly and properly, maybe revisit this plan, revise the video, you might be able to take a decent trade tomorrow. So watch carefully and understand carefully. Let me bring up the weekly charts once again for clarity. This is the weekly candle in progress. This is bullish or bearish? Bearish. Daily chart. This is looking bullish or bearish? Not bearish as of now, but not bullish as well. So Nifty has formed on a daily chart an inside bar, which means either there is a pause before more fall or there is a pause before the up move starts. Look at the similarity of this candle with this candle. Wait, this one. Inside bar, 4th June, mother candle, and 5th June inside bar. So it closed here on 4th June, and this one is opened here on 5th June. Now look at what has happened here. It's closed here, but today it has opened here. Correct? Okay. Within the mother candle, but with a gap up, and the gap up was sustained. It was not filled. Quite unlike yesterday's gap up, which was all filled, and then today's gap up was not filled. I'm talking about Nifty, not Bank Nifty. Be very careful. Time and again, I've been saying I look at Nifty to understand the direction, not at Bank Nifty. Use Bank Nifty to trade weakness and use Nifty to understand direction because the real index is Nifty 50. Bank Nifty 12 is not a real index. You happen to trade that because you prefer to get some more points or more move. That's your preference. Bank Nifty में analysis नहीं होता है. ठीक है? Coming back here. What does it look like? Are we back into the bull zone? Not yet. But are we in bear zone? No. So we are only sustaining the previous bear zone, but we are we have not yet entered the bull zone. Clearly, the weekly chart is negative. Daily chart has been negative so far, but the hourly chart of Nifty, this is the gap that I'm talking about. This gap that was made yesterday was filled. And this gap, if I can use the same thing, give me a minute. If I can bring this gap up, this gap that made today was not filled. What does it mean? Nifty is not weak. If you're trading in Nifty puts, you're costing yourself. Do not trade in Nifty puts. Nifty is strong, stronger compared to Bank Nifty. I don't know, still find people trading in Nifty puts or Bank Nifty calls. See, there will be 1 or 2 days out of 10 when it will go the way you're thinking. Otherwise, it will not. What is Bank Nifty's gap down today? Well, I can't even draw that because this was filled. If you see the high of this candle and the low of this candle, it is more or less same. High is what? 797.55. Low is what? 794.5. बहुत minor सा difference है. So this was filled, but Nifty's gap was not filled, which means Nifty is strong. It never came down to fill this. So if you're shorting Bank Nifty, I understand, and that's the right way to go. But if you're shorting Nifty, you're going to cost yourself big time. It will get bruised. So be very careful what index you're trading. Do not fall in love with Nifty or Bank Nifty. Fall in love with your profits. Which index to trade, and that is up to you. Okay. Market was indecisive till yesterday, but if you uh, recall my trade plan last night, I said that it is trying to probably find some kind of a support, and it did. This gap up means it has found the support and it is now sustaining the gap. What were our levels? Our levels were 24189, 24288. Of course, there were other levels 24486 and 24683, etc. When I give, most of the time you will watch that these levels work like charm. Now, if you see, it opened above this on the second target T2, 24288. It opened here, tried to go up a little bit. Look at the open here, read it here. Read it here for yourself. 24289 versus the level given to you of 24288. अब यार इससे ज्यादा सिंपल और इससे ज्यादा एक्यूरेट क्या हो सकता है? It tried to go up, made a high of 24306, but then collapsed. Collapsed where? 24189. Look at the level low here. 24184. यहाँ लिखा हुआ है. Just read this. 24184. The level was 24189. It moved precisely between these two levels. It did make an attempt, brave attempt to go up, but collapsed. And for the next couple of hours, 2-3 hours, it continued within the same range, doing nothing. This is where accumulation was happening. Okay. You would notice this low wasn't broken. The low of 24184.9 till the 115 candle, which ended at 215, where the low was 24188.95. Against the level given was 24189. Even if you trade broadly looking at these levels, chances are you will end up making some money. I can't get more specific than this. You need to decide index, you need to decide direction, you need to decide expiry and trade. I can't, and you need to decide your position size and risk management, RMPS. Now, look at when this candle ended. Let me give you another secret. When this 115 candle ended at 215, remember this is an hourly chart. What kind of a candle is this? ध्यान से देखो. It's a hammer. Hammer means the low is defined. Now, as long as this low is protected, the move should be on the upside. So when at 215, when this candle ended and it broke the high, if you were carrying puts, Nifty or Bank Nifty, whatever, I don't care at that time, you should have exited because a hammer is formed. What is the whole idea of knowing candlestick patterns if you can't use it during the daytime when the market is on? Now, if this high is broken, what is the next target? The next target is 24288. It was achieved in this next 1 hour itself, and Nifty closed above this. What does it mean? Strength आ रही है. अगर strength आ रही है, if we are Nifty is experiencing strength, then what you should be doing? Baba, if you have still not exited your puts position, exit now. Now, should you carry calls? Maybe yes. But maybe if you are very cautious, you can avoid the calls. Okay. But if you had carried calls, it was not wrong. Just that remember the macro trend is down. Weekly and daily charts are not in bullish zone as so far. What to do tomorrow? आज जो हो गया सो हो गया. Tomorrow what is to be done? Look, As a swing, this was a low and this was again a hammer, and look what happened. This is another low. Now this low is higher than the previous low, which means bulls are wanting to come back. And hence, this is where they took the market. Now, if tomorrow you get an opportunity, my feeling is tomorrow we may see at least a green open. Even if it opens down or if it opens gap up and comes down, that's going to be a buy on dips. But remember, only for tomorrow. It's a short term technical bounce. Why? Because weekly and daily are negative. So for tomorrow, your focus should be whenever where you get a dip, you can buy. Okay. And do not panic if your position goes in red. It's not going to go down so easily because as long as this low is protected, chances are it will go up only. Okay. What is the first hurdle you will get tomorrow? Your first hurdle will be today's high, which is 24337. What is your second hurdle? This one, day before yesterday's high. What is it? 24350. Third hurdle here, yesterday's high. What is that? 24382. Chances are all three will be taken out. Chances are all three will be taken out, and the next major target of 24486 is likely to be achieved. But remember, every time Nifty captures a target, push back. So after this receiving target, there is a fair chance of Nifty retracing and coming down a little bit. Do not panic. Hold that position for yourself. This is what you need to learn. You see a little bit of green and you jump out. You see a lot of red and you keep sitting hoping for a reversal. Doesn't work like this. Okay. Now this is a exhausted and oversold market where it is going to try to reclaim 24486. Now 24486 broadly is 24500. 24500 is a psychological resistance, and we may see a correction from 24486 or let's say 24500 before the up move resumes again, and that up move, if it has strength, could last up to 24683, or more specifically, what is the high low here? Low is 24696. So let's say 24700. यहां तक जाने की पूरी कोशिश कर सकता है. 24500 to 24700 could be your next two targets. Internal targets, small targets are these 350 and the nearby targets. The next targets are 486, which is T2, and T3 is 24683. Unlikely it will go 782, but who knows? But remember, when the market is closing tomorrow, look at the daily candlestick pattern. What kind of a candlestick you are seeing? Chances are it would give you a bullish daily candle. In which case, the temporary trend would have turned up. Look at the daily and hourly candles together and see, are they giving you a bullish view or bearish view? That's max I can speak right now here. The rest is for you to understand the finer nitty-gritties in the coaching program. But if you can even understand this, you will know how to trade. So tomorrow the direction is clearly buy on dips, and every dip is likely to be bought. Are you with me? If you are not able to understand this, revisit this video multiple times to understand how market behaves. I've not even put on any indicator. I'm only talking levels and candlestick pattern. This is pure price action. Let's look at indicators. In indicators, I am seeing Nifty RSI is at 49 and Bank Nifty at 46. Look, Bank Nifty has got a resistance here. That's super trend. Then yes, then today's high, and then this level of 53.29. and then another level here around 50,500, 550, something like that. So it has got a lot of resistances up. However, let me also try to mark the gap down here so that it becomes easier to comprehend. This is the low and this was the high. This will give you an additional level of where Bank Nifty can be seen tomorrow. So the Bank Nifty, if it decides to move up, just let me finish this for you so that you understand better. Yeah, so there are major levels are 329, 552, 47, 50, 999, let's say 51,000, and then 325, and then 446. These are the upward levels on a mathematical basis and the gaps basis. Now let me bring the indicators back. So there is no strength beyond reaching 60 on RSI. So both these indices will probably see around 60 tomorrow by the end of the day, and you can see this. This is hourly chart. You can see this by end of the day tomorrow that both these RSIs will be around 60. Nifty is likely to be a little more than Bank Nifty. On the daily chart, let me show you again. The RSIs are once again 48 and 36. जो 48 RSI है उसको आप शॉर्ट क्यों करोगे comparatively? If you have to short, you will short Bank Nifty because Bank Nifty's RSI, Relative Strength Index, is a measure of strength. That is weak. It's trading at 36. One of us traded Nifty puts. My humble submission is why would you trade Nifty puts? Nifty is strong, Baba. Comparative to Bank Nifty, if you have to trade puts, you trade Bank Nifty. It is weak. If in case of a fall, it will give you better value. Nifty will give you a better value in case of a rise. So the stock to be, the index to be considered for tomorrow's up move is Nifty. Well, Bank Nifty can surprise, but that will happen only 20% of the time. But 80% of the time, you will be in the right index and right direction. Still, the choice is yours. It is your money. You trade the way you feel like. The challenge is, why did we see a stop of Nifty today at this level of 24,297? Because there was this S1 pivot at 24,296. Now, if you see, on the daily chart, there is another pivot at 24,647. Let's say 24,650. What is the intraday level? 24,683. So somewhere between 650 and 683, it may start experiencing resistance. Possible. And then you have a super trend at 717, which is also very close to 683. So this is a zone where the up move could fizzle out. Why? Because there are multiple resistance in this area. There is a zone. It's the resistance zone. This is where the bears would get very active. All the bullishness can fizzle out here. It may not fizzle out tomorrow. It may fizzle out day after on Friday. But to go beyond this will be a little difficult for bulls. Maybe it can stretch it up to 782 or even higher, 848, 850 by Friday. But then after that, there's another gap which will act as a resistance zone for bulls. And that is where they could lose the plot once again. Anyway, that is on Friday. We will discuss that tomorrow. But more important is to understand tomorrow's trade. There's a decent money available on the platter tomorrow. If you join me from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning in the live morning trade, this is the index that you need to be focusing on. Nifty on the call side. Use dips to buy and judiciously exit the positions or lighten this position at every target achieved. That's important. And trail the balance accordingly. If you do not understand trailing, essentially keep a margin of few points, uh, you know, 30, 40, 50 points, and then keep your stop loss below that, approximately. There's a science behind it. There is a complete calculation behind it that you need to understand if you were to understand properly. But this is just a broad idea I'm giving for people who did not understand how to trail. You have to trail it manually. Also, if you go by exiting on targets, you will be able to catch a bigger quantity of the move rather than trailing. So I trade with a target in mind. And then if the move goes beyond target, I don't crib. Oh shit, I missed this move. ठीक है, हो गया. Whatever we have thought, we have achieved. Right? How it is to be played tomorrow. And um, what else? Yeah, so let's quickly look at the top four stocks of the market of Nifty 50. HDFC Bank, daily chart. HDFC Bank closed yesterday here and today it is closed here. So higher close. Okay. Um, uh, inside bar, but a higher close. What about this? Inside bar, but a higher close. Very interesting. Reliance. How about ICC Bank? Again, inside bar and compared to this, a higher close. Top three stocks are giving you higher close. What should be your view tomorrow? Bullish for tomorrow, not overall. For tomorrow, for sure, you should be bullish. Now, what about the fourth stock, Infosys? It closed day before yesterday here and it's closed here. Higher close. All top four stocks of Nifty 50 are indicating to you a higher close. You should not be bearish tomorrow. For the day, you should be bullish. Look at the candlestick pattern once again of Infosys. Similar hammer. So as long as the low of this candle is protected, go for buying. You can even consider the IT stocks accordingly. I'm just giving a brand an idea. This is just a view for educational purpose. Do not take it as a recommendation, for heaven's sake. Use that the opportunity to buy basis your own financial advisor. Don't look at my advice. I'm just explaining the candlestick patterns. We will see how the market played out in tomorrow evening's video. All right. So all sounds good, and all parameters across all four stocks seem to be favorable for tomorrow. Remember, for tomorrow, we will find a view day after for the day after by tomorrow evening. But for tomorrow, it is definitely on a positive side. What else? Um, Remember, weekly view is negative. It's the daily chart we need to watch at the close of the day and figure out if the daily trend has changed bullish, which should have. But then we'll have to take it with a pinch of salt because weekly is bearish. Unless we close above the all-time high, we are not bullish, aggressively bullish for Nifty. Bank Nifty can, act weird. You look at that for my thumb rule is I don't look at Bank Nifty for call side. Even if Bank Nifty for a day gives a fantastic move, great. Unless until I got my logic to trade Bank Nifty call, I would avoid that. My focus will be on Nifty call. Hope I've been able to give you some clarity on the price action. I've hardly used any indicators to explain you the price action, purely the candlestick patterns as well as the levels, including retracements and pivot levels. Bring up the indicators to get the confirmation of your view, nothing beyond that. I can use multiple types of indicators, but then price action is supreme. Okay. Let me see if I can give you some more information beyond that. No, this is it. So wait for today's today's high to be crossed and 350 to be crossed. Then we will find a step-by-step up move to T1, T2, and T3. I just explained you just now. All right. What about India VIX? India VIX has settled down after an up move day before yesterday, and today. It has closed at a comfortable level comparatively. So from a close of 20 odd to it has closed yesterday at 18.5. Today it has closed at 16.1. We are not out of the woods yet, but for tomorrow, for sure, this sounds interesting on the positive side. Please feel free to like, share, comment on this video. Share it with your friends who are making silly losses, just trading like a gamble. Do not trade if you do not understand. It's your money at stake. It is not your neighbor's money. Please understand. Unless you understand, do not trade in massive quantities. You only burn your fingers badly. People come to me and say that, I've lost all my money and, what can you do? What can I do? That was your decision to trade without learning. Learn and then trade. Start very small. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. You take a step towards learning, I'll be very happy to give you and transfer my knowledge step by step. But do not trade with emotions and crazily, because it's going to only blow your money away. You understand this? Wish you a very good day and green day tomorrow. Do I keep it again? Do not forget RMPS. Wish you all the best. Have a green day tomorrow. Bye bye.